All right, I have no idea what happened, but for whatever reason, it stopped recording. So I'm going to go back over all the stuff that I did, so that way I can help you with those problems. So we're going to start back on number 3. And again, sorry, my work is already there, but I'm going to show you what I did. For number 3, it says the table shows the number of homes in 12 different counties that use solar heating systems. Well, I already put them in order. And I had 12 of them. So I wrote down the range, Q1, Q3, and the median. So as I put them all together, the first thing I did was identified where the median was at. Okay, the median is going to be right here in the middle of those 74 and 78. Put a line straight down the middle to show that that's exactly where the middle's at. And so that median is going to be 76. Okay, because it's in between those, when I look at my next quartile, my quartiles are going to go all the way from here, all the way over to there. Same thing, this quartile is going to go all the way from here, all the way over to there. All right, so quartile 1, I'm going to look in the middle of that. There's 6 numbers, so it'll be between 63 and 68. Between those ones, that average is going to be 65.5. So Q1 is going to be 65.5. And then Q3, that's going to be between 83 and 85. So my quartile 3 is going to be number 84. The last thing I do to figure out my range is I'm going to take the numbers 90 minus 59. So 90 minus 59 gives me 31. So now I look at my test itself, or the review itself, and I have multiple choices. It says which one does not correspond to the data. Well, the median on the paper says 76. Well, that's what I got for median, so that's correct. Third quartile is 84. Well, that's what I got as well, and that's what the paper has. Letter C says the range is 90. Well, the range I have is 31. So I can tell you right now that one's not correct. So I'm going to circle C because the range is the one that's incorrect. If I continue on to just double check, letter D says the first quartile is 65.5. Well, that's the exact same thing that I got from my first quartile as well. So again, has to be letter C. Number 4, I told you guys to skip it. You can figure out the average of that. The mean of that is going to be 5.75. But the mean absolute deviation, we didn't do it. But if you just want to know, it would have been letter A. Mean absolute deviation would have been 1.5. On to number 5. It says Mr. Who put student names in a hat and selects 5 names at random. Okay. Everyone has an equal choice of being able to be picked. It's the entire class. So because of that, it's going to be a simple random sample. All right, number 6, it has 2 box plots. Okay, 2 box plots kind of look like that. Not great, but you get the idea. So as I look at it, I'm just going to kind of go through my ranges for both of them are about the same for the whole entire set of data. My median for them is about the same. Okay, only thing that's kind of different is my quartiles are a little bit different, and then the size of my interquartile range is a little bit different. So looking at my choices, it says the data is symmetric. Well, it's not symmetric. It's not the exact same. So it's not A. Letter B says the medians are about the same, but the variability in the top is much greater. Well, I agree with that one. So B looks right. I'm just going to double check the other 2. Letter C says the range of the data in the top plot is double that. Well, it's definitely not double. And then letter D says the third and first quartile of the top plot are both less than those of the bottom plot. Well, that's not true either. So it has to be letter B. And B says the medians are about the same, but the variability on the top is much greater. So number 6 should be letter B. On to number 7. Number 7 is saying I've got a 6-sided number cube, a dice. Okay, it says with that dice, it's rolled 1 through 6. So I put all my numbers here, all my choices, 1 through 6 are going to be up here. I decided to write or highlight for you all the ones that are odd. So that's an odd one. This one's an odd one. So I've got 3 total odd problems or odd numbers, but my bottom number is going to be the total amount of possibilities. There's a total of 6 possibilities. So my fraction should have been written as 3 out of 6, which simplifies down to 1 over 2. Okay, the one that has 1/2 as my option is going to be letter A, and that's going to be 1/2. On to number 8. Okay, for number 8, it's saying there's a spinner with 4 equal sections. It's labeled X, Y, Z, and then Q. Okay, so what I did first is I wanted to write down what the theoretical probability is. So before I actually do any spinning, if I look at it, there are 4 slices. So for that reason, I'm going to make sure that my bottom number is a 4. And then I'm trying to figure out stuff for x. So the chances of me landing on x are going to be 1 out of 4, or 25%. The experimental probability, again, after that's done, I don't need to worry about what that picture looks like. That's what theoretical is there for. Experimental probability only deals with numbers. I don't even need to see what a picture looks like. But with the experimental probability, it says it spun it 20 times and it landed on x, and they spun it 100 times total. So I had 20 out of 100. If I simplified that into a percentage, 20 divided by 100, that one equals 20%. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at all those choices that I have. I know that I'm going to have the number 20. I know that I should have the number 25. Out of all my choices there, I only have one that has the options for the numbers 20 and 25. So it's going to be letter A. Guaranteed, because that's the only one that has the numbers I did. However, if not, I could have shown that A, 20% is less than 25%. Okay, number 9, I did a stem and leaf plot just so you can show you. Again, I'm trying to figure out puppies. The choices are going to be male or female. Okay, my first puppy is an equal choice of male or female. Puppy 2, choice of male or female. Puppy 3, choice of male or female. Puppy 4, choice of male or female. When I try to figure out the probabilities, I'm going to only look at this bottom row. Okay, this bottom row is going to be what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to count every single one of those up. I've got 16 total possibilities. And because I have 16 total possibilities, that's what my bottom number is going to be. I'm going to try to highlight just the ones that are female. So I've got female for the first one. And then I'm only going to look at the choices from that first female. So from those choices, the next puppy, also female. The next puppy, choice of male or female. Next puppy, choice of male or female. So I only highlighted the ones that follow those extra rules. As I look at that very bottom row, I only have one that is highlighted blue to show that I only have one that's going to be all females for all 4 puppies. So my probability is going to be 1/16, or choice C. Okay, one other way to figure out the bottom number, I can look at my total options here. Okay, for my first puppy, I've got the choice of 2 options, be male or female. Next choice, I have an option of male or female, choice of male or female, choice of male or female. I can multiply all those together. I can do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. If I did that, that gives me 16. My bottom number, the total choices that I could have had, are going to be out of 16. All right. And now I look at the very last problem, number 10. It's saying Blake has a chance to do some washing of laundry. It says his load, he has 3 options. It can be large, delicate, or small. Water temperature could be hot, warm, or cold. And then the last one, the rinse cycle could be a regular rinse or an extra rinse. So again, I've got 3 choices for loads, 3 choices for water, 2 choices for rinse. I can multiply all those together. 3 times 3 times 2. 3 times 3 is 9, times 2 is going to be 18. So my total options for the washing machine is I've got 18 possible number of outcomes that I could have done.
Hey
The
juniors,
only
it's
one that
Grace.
follows that
I just
rule
want to
is
remind
going to
you
be
that there's
letter
going to be senior
C,
cookout right after
18,
school on Friday in
as
the parking
the
lot.
total
All
choices
seniors
that we're
are
going to
welcome,
have
and
for all
we'll have
those.
hot dogs, yard games, and
Thank you.
music.